friends, and welcome to the Block of the Month headquarters right here at Stitchin Heaven. My name is Rob Appell and I'm a quilt maker and super blessed to be here for your very first month of Woodland Creatures Block of the Month. And thank you again for getting a kit from us here at Stitchin Heaven. We are super excited to have hundreds of you participating. Oh my gosh, this is going to be an incredible project. And I want to give you a little bit of the information as we get started here on month number 1. Now, as you're opening up your kit, as you're just receiving it, you're probably pretty excited to see all of this stuff, including this giant stack of dark navy blue hand-dyed fabric. Now let's just stop for a moment. In case you're a brand new quilter out there, I really want to encourage you to pre-wash your dark blue and sometimes red fabrics, but especially in this particular one. I'm going to encourage you to wash it on hot with a little bit of retain in the wash. Now retain will help set all of the colors so it doesn't bleed out later. Always I recommend using color catchers on washable quilts so that any of the dark colors don't bleed into the light colors, or a product that we call Synthropol. Now if you need retain or Synthropol, let us know. Go ahead and contact us, info@stitchinheaven.com. Contact customer service and we'll drop a bottle of the retain in your first month's package so you don't have to pay any additional shipping. We've got your back that way. So make sure you pre-treat and pre-wash that giant piece of fabric as one piece of fabric before you start cutting it down, as you'll be using for the rest of the blocks each and every month as we get going. Now this quilt here is going to finish at 80 inches by 100 inches, and all of those wonderful little creatures are actually pre-fused raw edge applique, and I want to show you kind of what you're looking at here with the fabrics and kind of we'll give you a couple of hints here. So we cut all of these, like I said, we have pre-fused and it's heat and bond light. So you're going to use about a 3 to 4 second downward pressing motion to press down all of the appliques once your design is complete, and you're going to be making an 18-inch square on month number 1, which is Bunny and Friends. It's right in the middle of the quilt. Now, one of my techniques, if you've never seen one of my videos over on YouTube about applique, I never iron anything until everything is in place. Some of the things I love to use are like a stiletto. Now this is the P3 stiletto. It's got a nice long handle and a sharp point, something I really like. I'll use the stiletto to manipulate the parts and pieces as I go around. And I also always have a little pair of applique scissors, and these Kai scissors are my absolute favorite because they're razor sharp and have a nice little tip. Now this tip is going to be real handy. Let me see if I can show you here. When we have a color of fabric that's going to use multiple pieces, we're going to use our laser cutter and we're going to cut almost all of the piece out, but there's going to be these little nubs that you're going to need to go ahead and trim away with something like the Kai scissor, right? So that each piece is individual, but it won't get lost in the mail this way. So we've kept it together. You'll also see in this particular kit, because we have a couple of big individual pieces like Bunny herself or himself, at any rate, so this has been already just individually cut. There'll be nothing else you need to do to something like this, or maybe some of the flower stems and leaf sets. If you've never done fusible applique before you can even press it down, and as you're placing each piece, take the time to peel off your fusible web backing. It's a paper fuse, and if you can't get it to peel, one of the tricks I'll often do is I'll take a straight pin and I'll just score or scratch along the back and fold it like an old school sticker, and then I'll get a nice starting point. Or sometimes I'll just poke that straight pin up under the edge to make it so the paper starts to peel off wonderfully, exposing the glue and allowing me to get all of the applique shapes right in place, and then, like I said, pressing them down in that downward motion to secure them about 3 to 4 seconds at a time with a dry iron. You'll be totally set, and like I said, we have all of the pieces pre-fused. The fusible web heat and bond light is on the back and pre-cut. But if anything goes wrong for you, don't panic. We have the pattern included as well, but I want you to pay very close attention to this information. It's 2 pages, so you will need to line up your registration marks, and you can just make sure the design comes back together. But please note, look here, Bunny is already facing the right direction on fabric. And so if you're new to applique, that means that this pattern needs to be transposed or flipped. And the easiest way to do that is literally flip it over upside down on a light table or up against a window, and then trace from the back side onto the paper side of your fusible web. Again, heat and bond light is perfect for this application. You see what I did there? Application. And it will be no sweat whatsoever. And another secret, folks, if you ever have a little issue, don't forget, we've fused all of the square. So if I needed to make a little part here, I could always cut out a section from this too and kind of do my own thing if I needed to. But you won't need to, because we've taken care of all of the hard work for you, and that's why you've trusted us by purchasing a kit from us here at Stitch in Heaven. And again, just want to say thanks for that. And I'm super excited that you're following along with the Woodland Creatures Block of the Month. We have a Facebook group set up just for all of you. It's a great place for you to share your inspiration, share your progress, share your fun cutting techniques, or whatever you're doing while you're working on your Woodland Creatures blocks as you go. We'd love to hear from you, so just go ahead and find that Woodland Creatures Facebook group, Block of the Month, out there on Facebook, and you'll do great. And if you have any questions, please contact us, info@stitchinheaven.com. You can always call into the customer service line. We've got folks there most of the time ready to take care of you. Well, we sleep sometimes and quilt the rest of the time, really. Pumped up for you, folks. This is going to be exciting. Don't forget to pre-wash that fabric. Hot first with a little bit of retain in the wash, color catchers and things like that, to make sure that you really secure the nice deep dark navy blue dyes before you get started, and you will be perfect on your Woodland Creatures. Until we see you for another Block of the Month, folks, enjoy your sewing. Thanks again. We'll see you real soon.